thoughts of Zach's review of Don't Breathe?
Actually, I didn't hate it.
It had some decent, like cat and mouse stuff going on, but I don't know, for me it got a little ridiculous in a few spots, which kind of took me out of it by the end.
Well,
Some of the tension was alright, but there's a lot of jump scares, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of jump scares. It just got real weird at the end.
The fact the main plot is, you know, these robbers went to do this big score on this old army vet who got a settlement from some rich people because their daughter ran over his daughter, and
she got off. She didn't go to jail.
Yeah. So he took his money, but then was very bitter about it, I guess. And decided to kidnap her. And he's had her for,
9 months.
Yeah, 9 months or something. I don't know. Well, she wasn't really showing, so she couldn't have been that far along, I guess.
Basically, he wanted to get her pregnant and have a baby from her to replace his daughter that she killed as her punishment, and then he was going to let her go. But you don't even discover her till probably 2/3 of the way through the movie, and they try to rescue her, get her out of the house, and then he ends up shooting her by mistake.
Yeah, so it's like immediately once she's introduced in the movie, it's like dead.
Yeah, she wasn't in it for very long.
It's kind of like any, like in these type of movies where they find someone extra, it's usually just so that they can be an extra body to die. Like, I find that's pretty common in this type of horror movies. Like, oh, look, here's another person dead.
Well, the one thing I kind of, I thought about this in the movie and I forgot about it, I'm thinking of it now, was if her family was so rich that they could pay this man $1 million and she wouldn't go to jail at all for killing a young girl, wouldn't they realize that she's missing for 9 months?
You would think.
They don't even mention anything about this girl being missing at all.
No. And luckily this fucking Superman lives on like an abandoned like suburb. Like apparently no one anywhere is close to this to hear all the gunshots and all this shit going on.
He lives in kind of a ghetto and he's like an abandoned.
Apparently, like, he's the only person that lives here. Like, okay, that seems a bit ridiculous.
And he's got crazy strength. I mean, they try to explain that as him being...
He's the fucking Terminator.
Yeah, he's got that kind of horror movie bad guy. You hit him in the head with a hammer 10 times, and then you should just keep hitting him until his head explodes, because otherwise he's just going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Even at the end of the movie, you swear he's dead, and then when it shows the main character and her little daughter, well, she's basically trying to get money to take her daughter out of her shitty family household to get her to California. And then they're in the, I don't know if it was a train or bus or whatever they were taking to get to California.
Plane.
Was it a plane?
I think so, yeah.
She turned the news on, the news was on, and it just happened to be showing that instance of everything that happened. And then it said, don't worry, the vet is still alive.
Yeah.
And then it showed his eyes, and you're just like, man, for fuck's sakes, couldn't you just kill him?
Yeah.
We don't need a new zombie fisherman legend with this blind old army vet.
Yeah.
If there's a sequel, he's going to find her in California.
You know, he's nice. He's not a rapist. He just inseminates you with a fucking tube and shoots it into you.
That was disgusting. There was too many close-ups of this man's sperm.
Yeah, they made sure to let you see there's like a hair in it too and stuff when he's sucking it in.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I was just kind of turned away.
But yeah, a lot of this movie is just kind of like there's tension as they're trying to hide from this blind guy, and not make noise. But it's like everything's very convenient. Like his gun has like almost unlimited shots until
the first one, yeah.
Yeah, until it's like dun 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 click. And then like if you almost walk right into a blind guy like one of the guys does, they're probably going to sense that you're there.
Well,
like,
he just
they're
about
not
did.
Stupid.
It showed him, he kind of started turning around, and then the girl made noise, and he went after her instead.
Yeah, but you still get a sense, if you're like that close to someone with your eyes closed, you would probably sense that I was there.
Yeah.
And, they have him very conveniently at one point smell the shoes they took off from across the kitchen. But he's not smelling these people like, just a couple feet away from his face constantly.
Yeah, I don't know, high adrenaline. But I'm not trying to defend him,
he would smell it, though. That's the thing, is what I'm saying. He should be able to smell them. He never smells them. He smells their shoes at one point.
Yeah.
But he, and when he can hear like a from across the room sometimes, but other times they're kind of like walking along as he's looking at something else and doesn't hear them.
Was a couple times he walks by the guy in the hallway. So I didn't mind that. I thought that was kind of a neat scare thing where the guy would be in the hallway or be about to go into a door, and then the door would open and it would be the blind guy, and he'd walk right past this guy.
Yeah, but that's really oblivious even for a blind guy.
Yeah, you would think he would sense him.
He should sense him. That's what I'm saying, is that it kind of like felt a little silly to me. Like his other
sometimes powers.
Yeah, sometimes his senses are heightened, like most people that lose a sense. His other senses compensate. But it's like sometimes in this movie, other times they can be like dancing in front of him and be like, where are they?
They made a lot of noise to get the lock off that door.
They were some dumb.
They shot the gun, they used a crowbar, they hammered stuff, and then he just shows up and goes, "Oh, somebody there?"
Yeah.
I don't know if he's playing coy just to try to muscle the gun away from the guy, but whatever it was.
And this shitty old house is like a fortress sometimes. Sometimes it's not. It's like they can't, like all these shitty doors and stuff, but they're like, secured to fuck. You can't get out of this stupid shitty like cellar door, even though it looks like it's falling apart. But then it's also like he's got a bathroom window. It's apparently like the only one without bars, except the one in the bedroom, which I don't know
how the guy fell out and then onto the
Yeah, because they said they were stuck in there and then the dog pushed him out the window.
Yeah, they never explained that.
Yeah, that was weird. So it's like, I don't know, he's got 2 windows that aren't barred, plus he's got a skylight in the kitchen. Like, why does he have that? Why would that be in a shitty old house? Like, why would there just be this fucking skylight near the kitchen entrance? It made no sense.
I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you.
When he falls out the window and lands on that glass, he's sitting there and it's cracking.
Oh, yeah. Why? Why didn't they just see that to begin with?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Makes no
That'd
sense.
been a good spot to break in, you'd think. As good as the fucking bathroom window.
Well, they'd have to make a lot of noise, but yeah.
Well, it'd break the same, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's still a very easy spot to see if you need to get out too. It's like, hey, look, there's a giant skylight here. Break that and get out that way.
Maybe the dog had the ability to break the metal bars off the window.
Yeah, it's just everything. The dog is just constantly, it's like a Terminator sometimes when it needs to be. It's like the dog, that won't die. You can't stop this dog no matter what you do.
They never tried to hit the dog. Actually, there's one point where the dog's chasing the main guy. Well, not the main guy, I guess he dies. But the mainest guy through the house.
Yeah.
And he grabs the hammer. You're like, oh, he's going to hit the dog in the head with the hammer when he goes around the corner. But he just locks the dog in this room.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to kill the dog.
Yeah, I thought they would try to shoot it or something at some point. But yeah, it's just kind of like they just keep trying to avoid the dog. It's weird.
The director must hate animal cruelty to the point he doesn't even want a crazy-ass dog.
Yeah. This dog can't die. No one can die.
It's funny the way they start the movie, too, that they show one of the ending scenes, him dragging the main character through the streets. I thought that was a setup that he just killed other people to make you hate him to begin with.
Well, I knew it was her once I saw, the main girl in it.
I couldn't tell because her hair's so blonde at the beginning, and at the end she's all bloodied and beat up and bruised that I just...
I thought I saw it was her, so I knew that was coming, but then they played it, before the end, so I was like, okay. Yeah. So it's just a misdirect to make you think she died, but then she didn't.
Yeah, I'd forgotten what the person looked like by the end of the movie that he was dragging at the beginning. I thought, oh, maybe it was that girl that he kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And then when they do the scene, like, okay, so they did give that away at the end, for at the beginning, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think it was the worst movie. There were some stupid inconsistencies, but I thought it was a fairly original idea. The Stephen Lang's a badass actor, and I thought he was pretty good as the bad guy.
I don't know about how original it is, but I mean, yeah, it's not executed horribly, but I just think like some of the damage and stuff, it got to this point of silliness where it kind of took me out a little. Like, I liked it to a point, but then it's just like, what the fuck? All this stuff's going on.
It dragged on, like
It just kept going on, like multiple crowbars to the back of the head, and this guy's just like, yeah, I'm an old army vet, so that makes me take those really well. It's like, okay, like, no. That's a bit much.
Yeah, he had superhuman strength, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the worst part of the entire movie was the preview at the beginning for the new Ring movie.
preview for The Ring.
hate
That
The
Rings. That is so. The Ring on YouTube. Like, that just takes it to the extra level for me.
I said I hate the VCR ring, and now there's YouTube ring. Cool. And the Resident Evil trailer.
Oh, that fucking trailer is awful.
Yeah.
Like, it's just saying, like, Alice, she's so cool. You love Alice, right? Oh, you're the only one who loves Alice. Fuck off. What song were they playing? They're playing some rock song. I forget what it was.
It wasn't Welcome to the Jungle, was it?
No. Something like that, kind of. I already blanked out which one it was. But
Let's go back to the hive.
Yeah. They're fucking... Then they do the lasers. Again, they've already called back to the fucking lasers in a movie, and they're gonna do it again. Fucking Red Queen.
Wait for the review. He already hates it.
Well, you knew it wasn't gonna turn around by the sixth movie.
Know.
Yeah, the sixth movie.
Maybe they get it right
because
now.
they referenced the first one enough again to make it good. It's like they realize, well, the first one was our best, so let's just keep bringing it up, even though we kind of forget how it went sometimes. So, we'll reference it, but also forget it.
What's the other trailer?
Sense.
Oh, Blair
Witch.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's like 1999 again. With
Resident
Blair
Evil,
Witch,
Blair Witch
and
Ring.
Fucking hell. It's like, it's just everything. The fuck year is this?
All right.
But Don't Breathe is alright, but we're breathing too much in this car. We're fucking.
There's a lot of steam going on.
One last thing on to say, like, the characters, despite them being criminals, they were less obnoxious than a lot of horror movies.
Except the one guy.
Yeah, except the one guy. They had that kind of annoying trio dynamic where it's like, she's with the jerky guy, but he likes her, but he's never said anything. Like, I've seen that too many times.
Yeah, it's almost every horror movie.
Yeah, that's a little cliche at this point. But yeah, overall, it's okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I won't watch it again, but if
Yeah.
there's a sequel, I'll humor the idea.
Yeah, it's not something to rush out for, but it might be something Netflix or something later.
Phelan doesn't hate it.